question has to do with long-term projects. Here at Cambridge, we have a long-term science fair project that many of our children have planning challenges with. The project lasts about 8 weeks, and it's a struggle for both our students and our parents.
Right.
Do you have any suggestions for how to help them plan such a project to make it more manageable and enjoyable?
I'm not sure about the enjoyable part. We can talk about the other. Enjoyable, ideally, the more kids have some say in what the project is, the more enjoyable it's likely to be. It might also be possible for parents to sort of review the project with the child in advance and say, what part of this looks like it might be the most fun? So to sort of prime them for looking for fun and enjoyable, I guess would be a place to start. I emailed Ellen about this before because I saw the questions in advance, and my first comment was, this is tough because I'm not sure we really should be expecting kids to be doing long-term projects at home.
Sure.
And put the burden on the parents. And she wrote back and said, well, at least through 5th grade, the projects are done at school, which is great. And so I do think after 5th grade, you can begin to ease kids into doing these kinds of projects at home. Ideally, the plan is pretty specific on the part of the teacher, because the more it rests on parents to make the plan, the harder that's going to be, because parents will have different ideas about how this should work. I saw a study a couple of years ago that looked at long-term projects and the impact of parent support on long-term projects. And what it found was obviously that kids who have parent support do better on the projects, but they broke it down still further, and they said, actually, the kids who do well are the ones where the parents understand the project. Parents don't understand the project.
Sure.
So it feels like the school at a minimum should be communicating very clearly with parents about what the point of the project is so that they understand it. If there are rubrics involved, making sure they're written very clearly so that parents understand. And then I think, again, ideally, the project should be broken down into small pieces that are very clearly designed so that parent and kid know exactly what they have to do on every day. If that's not happening, and it's expected that the kid and the parent are going to do that, then what I recommend is break it into as small a number of pieces or as small in terms of length of time and effort, making those as small as possible. So it may mean starting that project the day it's assigned with a task that will take no more than 5 minutes, and then gradually building up. I'm thinking maybe even creating a timeline. So if a parent had a whiteboard, they could create a timeline. I mean, I think of checklists, but with a project that has multiple steps, it feels like a timeline that would show here's the beginning, here's the end, here are the steps to get to the end. And you can just cross off each step as they do it, but they can see that there's this flow that goes across time, as opposed to, I think of time as sort of horizontal and checklists as being vertical. So I'd rather go with the horizontal. Also, I think, and I just keep coming back to this in terms of engaging the child in helping create the plan. So again, if the plan is not specified by the school, then the parent and the child should sit down together and say, okay, we got this thing to do, let's make a plan. What feels effortful should govern how much time how much you break something down. So if any particular step feels like overwhelming to the kid, then that's the step where you said, can we break it down into smaller pieces? And it's going to be different for every kid. So it has to be a conversation between the parent and the child as they create that timeline, and as they try to figure something out. And I guess the one other thing I would say to that, and this applies more generally not just to projects, but anytime there's something particularly challenging that a child has to do, if the parent can build in something that the child can look forward to doing as soon as they get that piece done. Whatever, and it'll vary from kid to kid, but something, because what we found is just having something in the back of their mind that they know they get to do as soon as they get this piece done acts as an energizer, and it acts as an activator, so you're more willing to sort of jump in and get it over with so that you can go on to that fun thing.
Okay. Thank you.